Hello and welcome to all. Today's session will see complete POM framework overview in Selenium Java and real-time project demo. Okay. So before we start, first we'll understand what is the POM. Okay. So POM is nothing but a page object model. Okay. It's a design pattern in Selenium where each web page is represented as a class. Okay, so when we are developing a POM framework, so each web page we need to consider as a class. Okay, and it contains locators and the methods. And if you see, it separates the UI interaction from the test logics. And because of this one, it improves the maintainability, reusability, and the scalability. Okay, and for today's demo, we are going to consider the use case like we'll open the application, we'll enter the valid username, valid password, and after that, we'll validate the welcome screen or we'll assert the on welcome screen message. Okay, and here like we are going to consider full stack mindset web page. Okay, and here as I mentioned, okay, so each web page we are considering as a class. Okay, and in that class definitely we have different fields, like here you can see username. Okay, then password. Okay, this is considered as a web element, then login button, remember me checkbox. Okay, and for this one, like if you see, we also implement the methods. Okay, so method is like if user enter the valid username, valid password, click on the login. Okay, then it will display the welcome screen. Okay, so we'll write a one method for the successful login. Okay, then other method will write on login screen like validate the message. Like if user enter the incorrect username, correct password, and click on login, then we are going to display the message. Okay, so that way method will implement as part of the class file. Okay, and before we implement the POM framework, we need to avoid the some common mistake. Like we should not use the assertion inside the page class. Okay, we need to put the assertion on the test method. Okay, we need to avoid the duplicate locators and we need to avoid the hard coded test data. Okay. Okay, we'll start with the base test. Okay, so when we are developing a POM framework, first we need to understand, we need to create a base test. Okay, the purpose of base test is the like it manages the WebDriver setup and the tear down. Okay, it handles the browser launch, URL, and the cleanup things. Okay, so base test, like if you see, base test ensure all the test cases reuse the same driver setup logic and avoiding the duplicate. Okay, and the responsibilities like it's launch the browser, open the application, and the close the browser. Okay, and meanwhile we'll execute the other test cases. Okay, then base page. Okay, and a reusable action layer, like it's contain the common methods. Okay, across all the pages, like there are the some methods are there which are the common across all the pages or all the modules, like click, type, get text, or wait. Okay, so instead of writing click, send keys in every page, okay, we'll write a common method. Okay, and we'll put in base base page, or we will see reusable action layer like click, type, get text. The benefit is like it reduces the duplicate code and it improves the maintainability. Okay, so here we can see page class. Okay, like as I mentioned, so we need to design each web class or web page as a class. Okay, it's represent each web page as a class. Okay, so each web page class contains locators and the methods specific to that page only or to that screen only. Okay, so here we have considered the login page. Okay, so it handles the login action and like as we saw, okay, on login screen, it's located username, password, and the login button, and the methods are the we will consider enter username and the login. Okay, so page classes encapsulate the UI behavior and hide implementation details from the test case. Okay, so now here's the test layer. Okay, it controls the test flow and the validation. Here we will put the assertions as well. So test class calls the page methods and verifies expected result without handling the UI details. Okay, so responsibilities is like call page methods, perform the assertion, and define the test scenarios. Okay, so the next components is the utilities, like it's handle the supporting functionalities, like used to implement explicit way to handle the dynamic element. Okay, and it is important utilities like will avoid the thread dot slip. It's hard coded thread dot slip wait. hard-coded weight is there. Okay, and if we use the utilities, common utilities, definitely our test become the stable. Then we also, the next component is config file, config.properties. Okay, so it store the test data and the environment details, like as we know. So when we are developing a framework, or we need to execute the same test case on the different environment, like QA environment, dev environment, then UAT environment, PT environment, and we also have a different production environment. Okay, so in that case, we need to use all the variables in a separate environment variable, and from that environment variable we need to fetch the value. Okay, so either you can save that environment variable in .properties file or XML file. Okay, so we already covered how we'll retrieve the data from the properties file in earlier videos. Okay, so in that properties file you can save the URL, browser, username, password. Okay, and the environment details as well. Okay, so this is the different components, like when we are developing a POM framework. Okay, like base test. Okay, so base test basically we are using for the driver setup and the tear down. Okay, where the base page. Okay, it's used for the common reusable methods. We are considering it. Page classes. Okay, page specific action we are doing it, and the test class. Okay, when we are writing the test logic and validation and the assertion, we are putting the test classes. Okay, utilities like supporting features like wait, config, everything, whatever the common things we can put in utilities components, and the config file. Okay, so config file is used for the external data, like we can store the username, password, URL. Okay, and yeah, so now if you see, this is the project structure. Okay, when we are developing a POM. Okay, now here you can see source main Java, we have a config file. Okay, like properties file, will add it under the config file. Okay, like in config file or in properties file, we have a URL, username, password, and the environment details. Then we also have a library file. Okay, library class here. Okay, components, then listener component also will do it. Okay, basically listener, we are adding, like if the like when we are executing the test case in suite and sometimes it's got failed. Okay, because of any reason, we'll retrieve that same test multiple times, and after that we'll conclude, like because of the application issue or the script issue, this test case got failed, instead of just believing on the one run. Okay, this is the page object model one. Here we can add the multiple model one, model two, model three. Okay, then test data. Okay, so like if we needs to send the different test data as part of our test case. Okay, we'll add the test data either in XML or in CSV file. Okay, under this test data components and utilities. Okay, so common utilities we'll add under here, and the source test Java. Okay, here we'll implement the our actual test case. Okay, and if you see here, logs, we'll add the logs. Okay, under logs folder, then screenshot while executing. If our scripts got failed, we'll take a screenshot and we'll add here. Okay, and pom.xml is nothing but the dependencies. We'll add all the dependencies like Selenium, test engine. Okay, if in case we are using the XLS. Okay, then Apache POI uh, libraries also will add under pom.xml. Okay, so this is the overall directory structures, and in next session we'll perform a one quick test case using the POM framework. Okay, so if in case you have any questions, queries, please let me know. Thank you.